Hi everyone, this is my 2005 Toyota Tundra with a four-wheel camper. Today I'm going to wash the truck and give you a full review of owning this truck for 1 year so far. So let's get to it. All right, so quick recap. I bought this truck a little over a year ago. I bought it in December of 2019. I had owned previously a Toyota Tacoma, 2009 Toyota Tacoma. I owned it for about 5 or 6 years, something like that. Loved the Tacoma. Problem was it was a access cab, and I was having a kid, so I needed more space. I didn't want to spend a lot more money, and so I essentially just took that great condition 2009 Tacoma and traded it for a used Tundra Double Cab that would fit a car seat. That is why I bought this truck about a year ago. Since then, this truck has I've owned the truck for just over a year. Like I said, 2019 December, now it is January 2020. I've put just shy of 5,000 miles on it, so I don't commute with this truck often. Every once in a while I do, but I've got a beater Saturn actually that I drive the 1.5 miles to work every day. This truck is mostly just for mountain adventures. As you can see, since I got the truck a year ago, I took the cap off of it that I had on before. These have a cap right here, and I installed my four-wheel camper. I have a whole series of info about that if you're curious. I will link to those below. A little 3-part series that talks about my truck, that talks about mounting this camper to the truck. So, in those 5,000 miles that I've had the truck, I've had approximately 0 issues, which has been amazing. I love the truck. Key benefits of it over the Tacoma are that the 2 doors will be the first and foremost. The cab is huge on this thing, like absolutely massive, and that is awesome for the new family situation. Usually, if we're going on a road trip, my wife will be in the back with the car seat looking after my son, and that works out really, really well actually. There's a ton of room for her back there and for him. The leather's super comfy. It's just a huge win-win-win. Oh, that's all that was coming off. This is actually the first time that I have washed my truck since I got it, which is crazy for me. I've usually been the type of guy that washes my vehicles like once a month, but life's just gotten busy, so apparently it's once a year now. Plus, since I'm just not in this truck very much, and it is just used to go to the mountains, I've always kind of just been like, whatever, it's just gonna get dirty again. So, don't wash it that often. But it's a beautiful, warm winter day, so I am giving her a wash. So let's see. After I got this thing back in 2019, I actually didn't have a mechanic look at it before I bought it, which was probably a bit of a bold strategy, but it was right around the holidays. I was impatient. I just wanted to get it done. It seemed like a good, decent deal, so I did it. After I did get it, I took it to the local Toyota dealer, had them change the oil, just give it a little inspection. They came back with a perfect bill of health at about 155,000 miles, with the exception of, he actually told me the steering rack was leaking, which I didn't know when I bought it. So I was kind of like a little concerned about that. I thought maybe the previous owner had known that and not disclosed it. But actually, after talking to the mechanic, he was like, no, he probably didn't notice it. It was barely leaking. And I was like, so should I get it fixed? And he was like, well, you could. It's like, they quoted me at like $2,000. That's dealership prices. So probably could get a local shop to do it for half of that. But he also said, just keep an eye on it. Keep an eye on your steering. Just drive it and top up that steering every blue moon. Depending on how bad the leak is you might want to replace it sooner, or it might not be a big deal at all. Since then, I've topped it up once and haven't really thought about it since. So I am going with the it's not really a big deal mentality, and it seems to be working out just fine. However, it was just in the shop again, and they did suggest bigger issues. That's starting to look a little better. So, had it in the shop just the other day for a, what was it for? Seatbelt or airbag recall, I don't remember which one. And again, the Toyota dealership, need a new one of those. And they did another inspection, the recall went totally fine. But they said that my camshaft seal was going bad, and that if they were in there for that, they should do a timing belt and water pump too. So that was a big deal that I really just got the info for like a week ago and haven't really thought of what I should do about it yet. So if anyone's had any information about that, I would love to hear your opinion about what I should do if my camshaft seals are failing, which I think would mean that it's burning oil or leaking oil. Could be very, very bad. But I just took it for a 200-mile trip yesterday up to the mountains. She ran like a top, like she always does. So I don't really know. Probably want to at least get a second opinion and then go from there. They quoted at like $1,800, but again, that was dealership, so probably cheaper somewhere else. This truck has had its timing belts changed already at like 135, and it's at like 157 right now or something like that. So it shouldn't really need a timing belt. I don't really know. So yeah, let me know what you think I should do. I'm a little concerned about it, but also not too concerned because I continue to love the truck. So those are really the only major issues I've had with it so far. Like I said, loving the interior space. Loving the fact that it's a limited, and I have things like heated seats, which I've never had a car with heated seats before. Love the fact that it's super powerful. So before I had a 4-cylinder Toyota Tacoma, 2009, 2.7 liter with this camper on it. She was a dog. She couldn't really go anywhere too fast. With the V8 on this thing, I am good to go. So I love that. I love the lift on this thing. I do wish it was a proper lift, not just hockey pucks and spacers, but it's working. I've had it off-road a few times, nothing like crazy, but the big 33s, the 33s do phenomenal, just kind of rolling over anything. No complaints there, definitely better than my Tacoma was. Other things about it. Ooh, that's getting beat up. The transmission is only okay, I would say. This is the first car I've had in a long time that's not standard. So this car did not come with a 6-speed standard or a 5-speed standard. The V8 just double cab. That was just not an option. So that's kind of a bummer for me. I do like shifting, and because of it, I'm always kind of like in cruise control. I'm like, oh, this truck doesn't really know what it's doing. I don't think it's the most intelligent system ever. It's a 2005, but also I'm probably just not used to automatic cars in general. So that's, I would say, a small annoyance, but no big deal. In terms of other small annoyances, the brakes. So yeah, the other small annoyance that I have about this truck is the brakes. Specifically, the anti-lock brake system really kind of stinks. Kind of the pits. It's not very intelligent. Again, I just think chalk it up to the fact that it's a 15-year-old truck, 2005, so it's old technology. But yeah, I don't trust the anti-lock brakes very much at all, which is fine because it's all good anyways. The big tires, big aggressive mud tires, the Nittos, they're great in the snow, and so I'm okay. But just once they do lock up, man, it's a dumb system. So I drive cautiously and just try to keep everything together. So that'd just be one small complaint. Let's talk other stats. The only thing I've done is the oil change. So figuring out what to do about that seal, nothing too pressing. Gonna keep it going, but we'll see. I did sell my cap. I got top dollar for that, so that was great to sell. And like I said, I did install the camper. There's a whole set of videos about that. Gas mileage. With the camper, I never got the gas mileage without the camper. But with the camper, I'm averaging right around 12. City, mix, whatever, in the mountains, all day on the tank, 12. So, to be expected. Not phenomenal, that's for sure. I see why people go get those diesels instead, because the diesels are gonna get like closer to 20 all day. But it's not the worst thing in the world either. So, like I said, it's a recreational vehicle more or less for me, just for going in the mountains, not for commuting. My commute's super short anyways, so the cost of having fun is what I say. No big deal. We've had 4 adults plus the car seat in it, and it's super comfy on road trips. So that's a huge plus and worth its weight a million times over. Love how comfortable it is inside. The interior's doing just fine. You know, the leather's showing its age, but no real complaints at all. I'm not too picky anyways. To the roof. I get quite a few comments on the truck and the camper combo. People love these 05, 06s white limited Tundras. I literally just had someone offer me some money for it the other day. He wanted to buy it. I think when I do sell it, if I sell it, I'll try to sell it as a set, since I've got the camper set up on it so perfectly right now. I think it's probably pretty much the ultimate rig for the right person. So keep that in mind. Everything's for sale. So if you're interested, make an offer. Let's talk. But trying to keep it for a few more years at least, most likely. What else? What else can I say? Oh, that's right. Here's another kind of negative thing about the truck. This thing came with airbags in the rear, which are awesome to help with the suspension. It's actually the exact, with the suspension with the camper is what I meant to say. It's actually the exact same setup I had with my old truck, my Tacoma. I have 1-inch riser blocks back here, along with the Firestone Ride Right airbags. So that's great for the extra weight of the camper. The only big bummer about that is that they leak. One side holds air all day, but the other side leaks. And it leaks pretty moderately well. Probably leaks like, it'll go from 60 down to like nothing essentially over the course of like 2 weeks. So not on the course of like a single trip, but over the course of a couple weeks. So that means that pretty much before any trip, I have to top them back up, which is kind of a bummer. I've been meaning to. I did quickly one time redo like all the fittings, just undo the press to fits and clean them up and put them back together, hoping that would help. It did not. So it must be an actual leaky bag, which I need to take care of. So that's a bit of a bummer, but something I can resolve in time. And it's not like it stops me from living my life. I'd call what I'm doing more of a winter wash, if you would. Not doing really in-depth stuff, just trying to get some of the crud of winter off of this thing. Chances are, knowing how I operate, which would be good for me, as soon as I'm done cleaning this, it'll probably snow and get real dirty again, which would be fine with me. It's all just about a little bit of maintenance wash here. Tundra, what else can I say about the Tundra? It's just a great truck. I'm super happy with it. Everybody that gets in it loves it. It's definitely a little more beat up. One time I had 6 guys in it, 6 grown men, 1 in the camper though. That was funny. I'll throw a picture in if I can remember to, but essentially we rolled down the rear window of the truck, opened up the front window of the camper, and my buddy just sat in the camper and chatted with us as we drove around, coming back from a camping trip. So that was funny. Not sure when I'll release this video, but for anyone that follows me a lot, you know that I put a drawer system under my camper, and I never really showed that. So here, let me show you two right now. This is my drawers. Big old drawers that run the whole length of the camper. Awesome for the ski storage. Absolutely loving those drawers. We'll come out with the 3rd installment of installing this camper on the truck where I talk about making those drawers. Loving them so far, working out really, really well. All right, let's rinse this guy off real quick and we'll be done. So as we dry, in summary, loving the truck so far. It's really, very good for what I need. It's perfect for the family. I think I'll keep it forever, or I think I'll keep it for a while. Will I keep it forever? That is to be determined. You know, it's really hard to go camping with the kids. And I think that as soon as we have a second, which we're not planning to immediately, but as soon as we have a second, ooh, it's gonna be a different game. So we'll see. But like I said, everything's for sale. I'd sell it tomorrow for the right price. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's kind of untraditional. I know it's kind of unconventional, me just rambling, but you seem to really like the first time I introduced the truck. So I figured I'd do another 1-year update. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. What's coming out for the channel next? I'm actually gonna do a recap of the camper, talk about all the projects I still have to finish. That'll be out a few days after this comes out, so keep a lookout for that. If you're not already, subscribe to this channel. Keep you updated on the Tundra and the camper. Keep you coming along on adventures that we go on. As always, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.